anglers have their favourite fish. One of mine are Mangrove Jacks. Tough, robust fish that are hell-bent on busting you off.
Beautiful little live slimy mackerel. So that's what we're using for baits, either these or yellowtail. Doesn't really matter what you use, it's a matter of getting it in the right spot. So 2-hook rig, one just lightly pinned above the head there and one just below the tail. We've got our dropper there, which is 40-pound fluorocarbon, a couple of little running sinkers down the bottom there to keep that bait down low, and I've actually added a second bobby cork with a couple extra weights and a float stopper, and that's going to hopefully get the bait in the right spot. And I'm hoping for a Mangrove Jack. Fingers crossed anyway. Get into him, man. Go, mate.
My mate Barney is as strong as an ox, but something's got him buried.
Put him out. Go, Barney. Go, mate. Get him out, mate. Keep coming. Oh, it's an estuary cod. Oh my God. Keep going. Well done, mate. Oh dear. Wow, that's a rare sight. Well done, mate.
Beautiful.
Bit of an arm wrestle. That bobby cork just went smoking down, didn't it?
And didn't go.
And that's the idea of using bobby corks. We're on a rock wall here, using live baits, and it's really the indicator. Notice that there it is there. So you're looking for that strike down, and it's a visual form of fishing. It's bait fishing. Quite often we're going to use our fingers to feel when we get a bite, but this way we're just waiting for that strike to come down, hoping for a Mangrove Jack, and in this case, beautiful cod. Look at him. He's magnificent. And he'd be protected in this part of the world, so we need to get him back in the water as quick as we can, but that's a beautiful looking fish, there's no doubt there. And pull hard, don't they go like a train?
Do not want to come off the bottom at all.
So we actually had you in the rocks.
Had me in there, yeah. Come out and went back in again. He's nearly dusted me again, and yeah.
Yep, and we used the electric motor, we drove back up the current, changed the angle, that's what happens sometimes, isn't it? So we were pulling from one direction, so we went back up the line, changed tactics a bit, Barney kept the pressure on and off, and then popped him out. He's a great looking fish, fantastic cod. He lives right down against where the rocks meet the sand there, and there'll be several different species. This is one of them, and yeah, great to see them coming back in numbers. We'll get him back in the water shortly. He can go and live his life out back on the bottom.
Okay, as we mentioned before, these are protected species, so it's time to let this fella go, eh? There he goes. Beautiful. Oh, there's one.
Barney's cod heads home as my float disappears.
Grab the net there, Barn. Grab the net, mate. Grab the net, buddy. Grab the net.
Yes! Yes! Oh, how good was that?
Oh, I just draw this out there, mate.
Just hold that, mate. Hold that.
Alright. That's a battle. Now that is a great looking fish. Now you wonder why we're a bit excited there. I mean, running bobby corks along here, it's been a bit of a tough day, I must admit. Barney got a really nice estuary cod there before, which protected species let it go, but I wanted a Mangrove Jack. I really wanted one of these. I wanted to show you how this technique works. And it's that bobby corking those liveys. I watched that float, went screaming down, and there's a result. Beautiful Jack, probably about 2.5 kilos. Maybe a shade better than that. And what a fantastic looking fish. I'll get it up in a minute and show you, but one of my favourite fish. I'll grab the lip grips. Certainly one of my favourite fish. Now that is a great looking fish. One of the Legenet family. So the same family as the Red Emperor, Fingermark, Bream, all sorts of fish like that, and they are just a tough pulling fish. They live amongst the rocks. All they want to do is eat your lure, eat your bait, and get you back down there. But this bobby corking method's a really good way, whether you're fishing around timber and snags or rock walls, as we are in this case. And the idea is you want to have your bait up above the snag or up above the rock wall, so that when one of these blokes comes and grabs it, hasn't got you straight back in his house. You want to have a little bit of room to play, and I had to go really hard. He shot back up the current, hand on the spool, and there's a result. Beautiful Mangrove Jack.